Well, this is just contributes to the number of discoveries that Voyager's been making, and this is one we'd hoped we would have the chance to do.
Billions of miles from Earth, Voyager drifts alone through the icy vacuum, a place where sunlight fades and temperatures plunge close to absolute zero. For over 45 years, this spacecraft has carried humanity's golden record, silently crossing into interstellar space. But now, it has picked up something it was never designed to find: a mysterious signal moving through the void. Not a planet, not a star. Could this be a strange cosmic phenomenon, or evidence of something artificial, hidden in the darkness? To understand what Voyager truly found, we have to follow Voyager's footsteps. Its long, lonely path through the dark holds the first clues to the mystery. The journey beyond. In the late 1970s, two small robots left home with a giant promise. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2 rose from Cape Canaveral in 1977, aiming for a rare planetary alignment that would sling them from world to world. They were built tough, wrapped in gold foil, and packed with cameras, magnetometers, plasma detectors, and a brave heart of circuitry. Their mission sounded simple: go farther than anyone, see more than anyone, and send it all back across the dark. After leaving Earth, the Voyagers raced outward on a path no other human-made object had ever taken. Each planetary encounter wasn't just a visit. It was a slingshot, a push deeper into the unknown. Jupiter hurled them toward Saturn. Saturn handed one off toward Uranus, and then Neptune gave the final shove. It was a cosmic relay, each world bending its course and gifting speed, flinging them farther than anyone had imagined. But what happens to a machine once it is set free from its makers? How far can it drift before silence swallows its voice? And most unsettling of all, what might it meet on a journey with no return? That question became real once the final planet faded behind them. By the time Voyager 2 completed its grand tour, it had traced a path across the entire outer solar system, and both probes were now on escape routes, traveling fast enough never to return. No engine pushed them anymore, just momentum, carrying them like ancient arrows into the dark. What other machine has ever left home knowing it would never come back? What does it mean to send something away forever, past every planet, into a silence where no map exists? The Voyagers carried more than instruments. Bolted to each craft was a golden record, a copper disc plated with gold, a library the size of a dinner plate. It held whale songs and thunder, greetings in many tongues, and images of life on Earth. It was our message in a bottle tossed into a cosmic ocean, not to win a reply, but to say, we were here, and we hoped. If another mind finds it in some distant age, what will they hear first? Laughter, rain, or the heartbeat of a blue world? Time stretched. The signals grew thinner, but they never stopped. Year after year, the Deep Space Network listened and caught the whispers. The craft kept flying, guided by tiny puffs from aging thrusters, sipping power from nuclear hearts that fade each year. They crossed a boundary where the sun's breath weakens and the star's wind grows strong, a shore where interstellar space begins. And still, the data comes, and we kept listening. Voyager 1 later became the first human-made object to reach interstellar space after crossing the heliopause, a milestone traced by sharp changes in the plasma around it. What does it feel like to be first in a place no one has ever touched? Voyager 2's Neptune flyby in 1989 revealed active geysers on Triton and a young, dynamic surface, the kind of drama no one expected so far from the sun. Billions of miles now separate these messengers from their birthplace, yet a call sent today still comes home tomorrow. What other relic of the 1970s still speaks daily to its makers? What other machine has looked back and seen our star fade into a pale point? The story is not over. Somewhere beyond the heliosphere, the Voyagers hum softly, antennas aimed at a home they can no longer see. Their messages are slower, fainter, but they exist, and that alone is a miracle. But the true magic of Voyager wasn't just in how far it traveled. It was in what it discovered along the way, discoveries that shocked even the brightest minds on Earth. strange discoveries. It began with wonders no one dared to expect. Two small machines, drifting farther than any human had ever gone, began sending back images that shattered our understanding of the solar system. What they revealed was not a quiet, frozen frontier, but a universe alive with fire, storms, and secrets. And each discovery raised questions so unsettling that even today, the answers remain uncertain. The first shocks arrived at Jupiter. One moon, Io, refused to stay dead. Instead of a silent, cratered rock, it was exploding with volcanoes, spewing sulfur plumes hundreds of miles high. In the deep cold, how could fire rage so fiercely? If a moon could burn, what other hidden powers might lurk inside seemingly lifeless worlds? Nearby, Europa whispered of something stranger. Its smooth skin was fractured with dark scars, as though an ocean below was pressing upward, desperate to break free. Magnetic readings hinted at a deep, salty sea under the ice. Could this ocean hide alien life, swimming in a sunless abyss? And if we could break through the frozen shell, what would rise to meet us? Saturn's beauty turned mystery. The rings, long thought to be delicate bands, pulsed with mysterious spokes, ghostly shadows moving across the ice like secrets written in dust. Were they painted by Saturn's magnetic forces? Or was something unseen stirring them from within? If the rings are alive with hidden forces, what else might they be hiding? Then Uranus spun its riddle. A planet tipped onto its side, rolling around the sun like a fallen giant. Its magnetic field was tilted and off-center, defying logic. How could such a skewed world even exist? And if its strange geometry reshapes its seasons and storms, could hidden oceans inside its moons feel that pull too? At Neptune, the shock grew darker. Voyager captured an Earth-sized storm, the Great Dark Spot, howling through an atmosphere faster than any winds in the solar system. And on Triton, geysers erupted from the ice into the thin air, proof that the farthest worlds were not frozen graves but restless and alive. What engine drives such fury so far from the sun? But the greatest mysteries waited beyond the planets. Past Pluto's orbit lies the heliopause, where the sun's power fades and interstellar space begins. Voyager 1 crossed this invisible wall, recording the shift in plasma and stepping into a realm no human machine had ever touched. Can you imagine a craft, older than many of us, slipping through the very edge of the sun's kingdom? Once outside, the silence was broken by something eerie. Cosmic rays surged, solar particles fell away, and the probes floated into the galaxy's ocean. Then, Voyager 1 heard a faint, steady note, a constant interstellar hum. Was it the whisper of plasma, or the faint song of the galaxy itself? What else might be hiding in those frequencies, waiting to be decoded? Even solar storms carried haunting echoes. When blasts from the sun reached Voyager, they rang the plasma around it like a bell, letting scientists measure the density of the interstellar medium. The void was not empty. It was alive, vibrating with unseen waves. Each faint ring was like a heartbeat of the cosmos. What else is the darkness saying that we have not yet learned to hear? From volcanic moons and storm-lashed giants to the sun's fading edge and the hum of interstellar plasma, Voyager's discoveries rewrote the story of our solar system. The frontier was not silent. It was restless. It was alive. But as breathtaking as these discoveries were, Voyager was about to encounter something far more disturbing, a signal so haunting that scientists still struggle to explain it. Into the unknown. It begins as a whisper, not a roar. Far beyond the sun's shield, Voyager hears a single note, thin, steady, almost ghost-like. Engineers call it narrowband plasma emission. To everyone else, it sounds like a constant hum from the dark. A machine from the 70s, drifting through the black, is listening to the galaxy breathe. What if that breath never stops? Out there, listening. The tone does not crash like a storm. It drifts like a line on a heart monitor. Scientists used it to measure the density of space itself, mile after mile, year after year. Imagine that. The emptiness has a thickness, and an old spacecraft can feel it. If space has texture, what else does it have? Weather, tides, a pulse? Closer to home, shocks from the sun sometimes race outward and ring the interstellar plasma like a bell. In those moments, the hum sharpens, and the space around Voyager sings louder. Between those impacts, the soft drone remains. Why is it constant? What engine keeps it going when the sun is quiet? One answer is simple and unsettling. The hum is the natural music of plasma. Electrons in the thin gas jiggle at a frequency set by density and temperature. Voyager's antenna is a stethoscope pressed to that living medium. If that is true, the song should change as Voyager moves, sometimes higher, sometimes lower. It does. But the steadiness is what chills you. What if the galaxy never sleeps? Another idea reaches farther. Supernovae stir the local bubble. Dying stars flood the void with energy, squeezing and stirring the gas between the stars. Their echo could be the bedrock tone Voyager hears, the way ocean surf forms a background drone on a quiet beach. Are we hearing the leftovers of ancient explosions? How many dead suns are mixed into that one note? Then there are wilder thoughts. Could dark matter, unseen but everywhere, sway the plasma and leave a faint, regular tremor? If dark matter interacts even weakly with charged particles, would it stamp a rhythm into the medium? Or are we stretching a simple truth into a myth because we crave a deeper villain? And yes, there is the thought no one wants to chase. What if the tone is not natural at all? What if, in that cold sea, order is speaking? The hum is narrow, persistent, and smooth. It does not carry a clear code, no handshakes, no bursts. Still, an old record flies with Voyager, a greeting in many tongues. If someone heard our message long ago, would they answer with a carrier first? A beacon that says, "We see you." If the signal were artificial, what test would convince us? What pattern in the pitch, however faint, would make you believe? There is also the uneasy feeling of being seen. Voyager's dish points home, but its body cruises through someone else's backyard. If another intelligence patrols that sea, would they notice the quiet carrier from our craft right now? If you were out there, would you watch first or speak? Meanwhile, the existential questions grow louder. The border we crossed, the heliopause, was not a wall. It was a shoreline, and beyond it, the sea was alive. Space is not silent. It is full of breath and motion. If the universe hums, then we are always inside a living room, never outside it. Does that make us less alone, or more? For now, the safest reading wins. Voyager is hearing plasma vibrations in the very local interstellar medium. That steady tone lets scientists map density without waiting for storms, turning emptiness into a chart. The craft is old, the power is fading, yet the ear still works. As long as it hums, we learn. And if this signal isn't natural, then maybe Voyager hasn't just crossed into interstellar space, it's crossed into something else entirely. Voyager's journey began as a bold mission to explore our solar system, but it has become something far greater. What started as a quest for knowledge is now a haunting mystery echoing from the edge of the stars. The strange signal it caught isn't just data, it's a reminder that space holds secrets beyond our imagination. Perhaps Voyager hasn't only recorded the universe, it may have touched something that was waiting for us all along. But what lies ahead? What new mysteries will Voyager encounter as it drifts even deeper into interstellar space? Could it stumble upon signs of life, discover unknown worlds, or capture whispers we're not prepared to hear? The answers may reshape everything we know about the cosmos. What do you think Voyager will find next? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay curious.